It's not every day that you see two Hollywood heavyweights lock horns in a legal fight that could cost them everything. One explosive lawsuit sparked another, and now we're at a point of no return. Do Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni even realize the depth of the storm they've unleashed, or is it already too late for both? Today, we're peeling back the layers of this high-stakes courtroom saga, where fortunes, careers, and legacies hang in the balance. It all started like most Hollywood disputes, an offhand remark here, a suspicious leak there, and suddenly the media was buzzing. Whispers circulated that Blake Lively had issues with Justin Baldoni over deals gone wrong. Within days, that light chatter ballooned into something huge. Blake filed a staggering $250 million lawsuit, accusing Justin of serious wrongdoing that left fans reeling. Whether you believed it or not, the numbers alone turned heads across Hollywood. But that wasn't the whole story. Justin wasn't going to sit quietly, and once he caught wind of Blake's claims, he fought back with a vengeance. If her $250 million suit sounded massive, Justin's $400 million countersuit was an earthquake. The moment those legal papers landed, it felt like Tinseltown took a collective gasp. No one saw that kind of response coming, and no one could have guessed how quickly it would spiral. Blake's $250 million filing was blunt. She alleged deceptive deals, career sabotage, and, if her side is to be believed, outright character assassination. Tabloids feasted on every word of the complaint. Phrases like malicious intent and deliberate harm popped off the page, painting Justin as a cold opportunist. Yet Justin's legal team wasn't rattled. Within days, they struck back with a $400 million countersuit that labeled Blake's accusations a downright smear campaign. They claimed she orchestrated the entire scandal to bury her own professional mishaps. Suddenly, the tables flipped, and the real question emerged: who is the true puppet master in this fiasco? Each passing hour introduced another rumor, another explosive headline. Fans of both stars defended their favorite passionately, turning social media into a battlefield. Hollywood watchers wondered if this was just a publicity stunt, but the tone of the lawsuits suggested otherwise. The gloves came off, the claws came out, and the cost of war soared through the roof. When the first official court hearing arrived, no one knew what to expect. Could either side possibly have the upper hand so early on? The answer came swiftly. In just 90 minutes, the entire landscape changed. Justin's attorney, a no-nonsense bulldog named Brian Friedman, arrived ready to go all in. From the second he opened his mouth, it was clear he hadn't come to negotiate. He had come to win. One by one, Blake's legal requests crumbled. Her team tried getting a gag order against Friedman, hoping to stop him from publicly discussing the case. Denied. They argued that Friedman was fueling a media frenzy with interviews and leaked documents. The judge listened, then waved it off, pointing out that Blake's side had already run to the press on multiple occasions. It was a fiasco for Blake's attorneys, who'd expected their Hollywood star client to carry some sway in the courtroom. Instead, Friedman walked out victorious. Media outlets quickly shifted their tone. Was Blake's case shaky from the start, or had Friedman simply strategized better? Either way, the scoreboard showed Justin was ahead after just one round, and fans wondered if Blake's legal team could recover. The next bombshell was the judge's decision to merge both lawsuits into one massive trial. In a flash, the complexity doubled. Instead of two separate actions dragging on for months or even years, it became a single, colossal standoff. Every piece of evidence Blake planned to use against Justin would now collide head-on with every counterclaim Justin planned to use against Blake. For Blake, this had to be a nightmare scenario. Merging the suits meant she couldn't isolate her narrative from Justin's. It also meant if she slipped up in one area, it could crack her entire case wide open. Worse still, if Justin won on all counts, that $400 million countersuit would hit her like a speeding train. Considering her net worth, even combined with Ryan Reynolds' fortune, that sum would be devastating. Hollywood watchers speculated that Blake's side had never truly expected the judge to combine the lawsuits. They likely hoped for drawn-out proceedings that would exhaust Justin's team or push him into settling for a smaller amount. Instead, the legal system decided it was time to cut the fluff and get to the core. Now both parties would have to bring their very best game, or risk losing everything in one go. In Hollywood, public perception is half the battle. Celebrities rely on good press to keep brand deals flowing and movie roles coming. From day one, Blake's team seemed determined to control the story by releasing statements to major outlets. They painted her as the victim of a ruthless attack, someone forced to defend her integrity. Meanwhile, Justin took a different route. He launched a simple website, posting all the legal documents, text messages, and emails that his team believed would clear his name. Fans who visited saw something unusual: raw data, unfiltered by tabloids or PR spin. Overnight, the narrative shifted. Whether you loved or hated Justin, you couldn't ignore that he was laying it all out for the world to see, while Blake's side appeared more guarded and reactive. The judge gave no quarter. He refused to muzzle either side, effectively giving Friedman the green light to continue exposing every scrap of evidence. You could almost hear the panic in Blake's camp. Their attempts to frame Justin as a media manipulator backfired when Friedman pointed out that she had engaged the press first. Suddenly, people started wondering, if Blake's case was rock solid, why was she so anxious about Justin's documents going public? High-profile marriages often present a united front to the world. So far, Ryan Reynolds has mostly steered clear of direct comment, but his silence speaks volumes. Insiders whisper that the financial stakes of losing this case are astronomical. Ryan's estimated net worth hovers around $350 million, which combined with Blake's $30 million might seem impressive. But even that might not withstand a massive legal defeat of $400 million, plus additional legal fees. Imagine being in Ryan's shoes. His brand hinges on humor, relatability, and profitable ventures, from his gin company to blockbuster roles. He doesn't need a legal cataclysm overshadowing every project he touches. If Blake loses spectacularly, everything they've built risks being toppled overnight. They could face public humiliation, job offers disappearing, and a mountain of debt. The question is, can Ryan find a way to support his wife while protecting his own empire, or is the damage already done? But that wasn't all. Hollywood grapevine suggests tension brewing behind the scenes. Ryan's PR team is rumored to be in damage control mode, quietly exploring contingency plans if their worst fears come true. So far, none of this is confirmed, but in the entertainment industry, whispers tend to hold at least a kernel of truth. The people who really run Hollywood, producers, agencies, investors, detest chaos. If there's a hint of high-risk drama, they back away fast. Right now, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively have both become red flags. Blake's messy lawsuit tethers her to a dangerous public image, and Justin's countersuit means he's not afraid to fight dirty if pushed. Everyone is waiting to see who emerges clean from the legal battlefield. Justin, for his part, has faced a career stall. Despite showing generosity by helping fire victims and claiming he's focusing on the truth, big studios and agencies don't care about good deeds when a scandal is looming. They want assurance that no PR nightmares will erupt mid-production. Justin's lost major representation, and it's unclear how or when he'll get it back. Blake, once Hollywood's golden girl, is now under a similar cloud. Even if she wins, the trial's messy details could overshadow her future roles. Brands hate unpredictability. Directors want stable, controversy-free stars headlining their films. If the court rules against her in any capacity, it could seal her fate as a liability no one wants to gamble on. You'd think with so much on the line, both sides might consider settling behind closed doors. Surprisingly, they've both refused mediation. Friedman claims Justin wants a public, definitive ruling clearing him of every accusation. Blake might feel that offering to settle would look like an admission of guilt. The result? Two unstoppable forces heading straight for each other, with no sign of breaking. The fact that neither side wants to back down suggests an epic legal confrontation. Depositions, cross-examinations, and even more private documents going public, none of it is off-limits. If the tension was high before, it's about to go stratospheric. The final outcome could rewrite the reputations of both celebrities. Yet here's the unnerving part. If Blake truly lacks concrete evidence for her claims, this could be one of the most expensive and humiliating blunders in Hollywood history. Conversely, if Justin's countersuit isn't airtight and a hidden bombshell surfaces, his quest for vindication may cost him everything. The entire industry is watching. No one wants to be the next project that collapses under the weight of scandal. So, here we are, Two enormous lawsuits merged into one unstoppable force, with hundreds of millions of dollars hanging in the balance. Blake Lively is fighting to protect her name, her fortune, and maybe even her marriage. Justin Baldoni is determined to prove he's been unfairly targeted, and he's willing to risk it all for that complete exoneration. But in an industry where reputations can free-fall overnight, will either side truly come out unscathed? Hollywood loves its comeback stories, but it also delights in watching giants topple. One wrong move, one unexpected piece of evidence, and everything these two built could crumble in an instant. As fans and skeptics alike hold their breath, the question remains, how far will they go to win? And at what ultimate cost? The war is just warming up. Keep your eyes peeled, because the next twist could arrive any second, and there's no telling whose world it will shatter next.